10 years of doctors cobbling him back together. Metal rods in every limb, pins stabilizing his spine, 5 screws, and a titanium plate in his skull.
Can't do MRIs. X-rays are probably going to be useless as well. Every piece of metal is going to obscure something.
And House isn't sick.
Why would you say that?
Cuddy dumped House. He's out somewhere expecting us to indulge him while he ignores his job and licks his wounds.
Cuddy dumped him?
Don't do that. Don't get sucked in.
He loves her. What, you can't feel bad for him for 5 minutes?
I can feel bad for him while still expecting him to act like an adult, show up for work, and not go on a booze, Vicodin, and hooker-filled bender.
Which is why, for now, we're going to handle the case without him.
Oh, is that the reason?
I thought it was because you can't pass up any chance to seize control.
I said we. You want pretty please too?
Wait, I understand the booze and the hookers, but why Vicodin?
Wow, you really don't have any friends in here, do you?
House is a Vicodin addict. He's been clean for 2 years.
He's used here at work?
Yes, that is very troubling, almost as much as the fact that our patient has a ruptured diaphragm, cracked sternum, broken nose, and partial hearing loss, which can be explained by a bull jumping on him, and a neurological disorder, low-grade fever, nausea, and peripheral muscle weakness that can't.
What if the hearing loss wasn't caused by the bull? That's just when he noticed it. Inner ear pathology can affect the equilibrium and cause disorientation, making it appear to be a neurological disorder.
So how do we confirm? CT is just going to show us the plate and screws holding his skull together.
We can do calorics and an ENG. If he has inner ear damage, it'll affect his balance.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Really? What if one of us disagrees? I happen to agree with Foreman. Go do it.
You said my inner ear was fine.
Previous test was for regular people. You were banged up pretty bad in the accident, but given your athletic ability...
Wasn't no accident. That bull had malice and forethought.
You mean afterthought?
Whatever. He was pissed.
Can you blame him?
Not at all. If he don't do what he gets paid for, I don't get to do what I get paid for.
Ever think of getting paid for doing something else? You're running out of bones to break.
You ever think of doing something you don't love? It has its downside, but everything does. There ain't nothing like those 8 seconds. And traveling around getting to meet the fans, that ain't so bad either, if you know what I mean. All right, now what?
We're going to start rocking the platform and changing your visual field while you balance on just your right leg.
Here you go, Lane. I'm gonna start slow.
If you start to experience any nausea or disorientation, just let us know and we'll stop the test.
You got it.
That's amazing.
We can stop. There's obviously nothing wrong with his inner ear. Now what? And I direct that question not to my boss, but to anyone who has an answer.
If it's not in his ear, it's got to be his brain.
But if we can't get any images, then how do we...
You guys got some rusty pipes. This water's brown.
That's not from the pipes. It's from your mouth.
What took you so long?
There's nothing wrong with his ears, but he's got blood in his sputum.
Doesn't answer the question.
We weren't avoiding you. It took
Took us a little time to think up a diagnostic test no one's ever thought up before.
Apology accepted.
It could be a tumor in a salivary gland. We should get a prodded biopsy.
Oh, that's so cute. You're fighting over who's in charge.
GI bleed's more likely to explain.
Explain the nausea and weakness.
Who's in charge?
House, as long as you're not here, someone has to have the final...
Let me rephrase. Who's your daddy?
Let me rephrase. You have to decide if you're gonna buck up, get out of bed.
Do your job, or if you're gonna wallow in self-pity.
Those my only 2 choices? Or can I also point out the self-pity coming from you? You're just annoyed because when your relationship ended, no one gave a crap, including you.
That is not true in so many ways.
And Chase, stop screwing with Foreman. And Foreman, no. Until the telephone gets uninvented, no one in that room needs more authority than I give them. And right now, I give you the authority to scope his GI tract and biopsy his parotid. Then you can pick up the phone.
House, should we be more worried about you? Are you on Vicodin? Because if you are, you probably shouldn't be ordering procedures.
I am not on Vicodin. Do the tests. I had to see a man about a hurdy-gurdy.
Scleroid turned yellow.
did x-rays. Looks like there's a mass in his liver, but the conductive metal rod in his ribs is blocking it.
Making it, as they say, as tough to find as a hooker who could play the hurdy-gurdy.
If you have a point, can you please...
It's an expression. Means it's tough, but apparently it can be done.
We don't have any equipment.
You have eyes,
Not the see-through stuff.
obviously.
You want us to cut him open?
Only if you want to see what's wrong with him. Do you know Freebird?
You see what I see?
No.
Exactly.
More suction. That's impossible. I definitely saw a mass on the x-rays.
It's gone now.
It's a mass, and then it's not.
You, gonna introduce us?
Team meets Duke.
Anka.
Anka? How did I get Duke?
House, how many prostitutes have you had?
As in eaten? Ever? This year?
Slept with since you've been here?
All but one. She did my taxes. On the other hand, a tapeworm that burrowed outside his intestines.
We would have seen eggs on a fecal smear or systemic eosinophilia.
Detached cyst.
Couldn't migrate that far in 1 hour. We haven't been sitting on our hands just waiting for your brilliance to kick in.
Okay, so how did you shoot down intermittently swollen lymph node?
That would mean it's some kind of infection, which would mean we'd have to do a spinal tap. But with his recent skull fractures, it could be an increased ICP. His brain could herniate.
What about a ventricular puncture?
Sounds good.
You think sticking a needle directly into his brain would be less dangerous than sticking it in his spine?
It's probably a push. I'm just trying to get you out of here because underneath this sheet, stuff is going on. Just pick a spot and stick a needle in it.
You want to drill through my skull because of a mass that's not there?
It was there, which means something is wrong. We need to find it.
Is there anybody you'd like us to call? Someone that you'd like to be here with you? Maybe a wife or girlfriend?
No, my family's all back in Oklahoma, and the guys on the circuit are in Calgary at the next rodeo.
Ah, that's too bad. It's nice to have somebody nearby you can talk to. Who cares?
You okay? I'm just saying, it's good to have somebody nearby to talk to. Who cares?
Okay, fine. I like him. So what?
No kidding. Just can't figure out why.
Neither can I. Looks clear. Nothing to suggest inflammation. Something's wrong.
Oh, 2 stats of plummeting. We need to intubate. Drop the table. I can't get it in.
Stairway's blocked. Get the trick kit. O2, we're going back up.
What's that smell?
You defecate?
Doesn't look like it.
I think it's his feet. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, it's definitely his feet.